Ramble.
Shout out to Indochino and Caliper CBD for sponsoring today's episode.
Keith, why don't you introduce this one? Unless, has anyone not introduced in a while? Was it Ned? Is that you? Have you not introduced in a while? You feeling like
Wow, Miles, are we really doing this again?
I just want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity.
Yeah, Miles, I obviously haven't introduced in a while, but
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
No,
it's
Ned,
fine.
I want to hear
No,
your...
I want it to be your idea. I don't want it to come out of
Ned.
an obligation to rotate. Go ahead, Keith. Go ahead.
Take it away,
Ladies
Keith.
and gentlemen, welcome to the TryPod, America's first and only tripod. We're feeling, it's true. Well, actually, no, it's the second tripod is you can sit with us. Technically, it is a tripod production.
So now we have to introduce ourselves as the first
tripod.
The original tripod.
The original tripod. They stole our thunder. You can sit with
Imitators
us.
be damned.
You can't sit with us.
You can't. There's no room. Even though Eugene isn't here, there's no room for you somehow.
Maybe we should make room for one other person at some point.
Yeah, I think we could bring in some guests.
Yeah.
You know what? Hey, everybody listening, you probably haven't turned the tripod off yet. Tell us who you want to hear join us. It's all video chat, so anyone's game.
Everyone can sit with us, but you.
Who are some dream... Why don't you guys tell me some dream guests, and I can work on getting them. I'll pull every string in the book to get the guest. Clooney. You want George Clooney?
Yeah, I feel like he's got a lot of sage wisdom. He's just got such a soothing voice. Ooh, you know what? Now I'm just thinking of people with the sexiest voices. Okay, but I've committed to Clooney. That's my answer one.
I'll go Idris Elba. I want to know about all the James Bond tea. And also talk about sexy voices.
I'm writing him down. I'm going to just...
Sir Ian McKellen would be fun.
That would be good.
He'd be fun.
Ian
He's
McKellen.
funny.
All right. I guess, I'll start by just sort of reaching out to their Instagram and just kind of,
Yeah.
Miles, see if you can slide into their DMs.
Okay.
You know?
I'm going to slide into Sir Ian McKellen's DMs and ask if he wants to be on the podcast.
Do you guys think his email is sirianmckellen@gmail.com?
Probably. Totally.
This is
That's worth a shot.
a real thing with like shocking levels of celebrity have still the most basic email addresses. I've had to add a little bit of pizzazz to my email to give myself some protection. Oh, well, Ned's just totally ignoring me. Are you saying that your son is more interesting than me?
But what he's doing
you
is
see
really
him every
cute.
single day, Ned.
I'm
you
on
see him
board.
when you wake up. You see him
Get
when
over
you give
here,
him a
Wes.
bath.
Our first, you can sit with us.
We have our first guest right
There
here.
you go.
Hi, Wes.
How you doing, Wes? What?
What?
Yeah, gate.
Yeah.
Should we fix the gate? Fix
Now,
the
Wesley,
gate.
as you know, Kanye West has announced a bid for president. And we're curious on your thoughts. What do you think? Is he just a distraction, or does he have some real points?
You think you should be president?
Not old enough.
Wesley, what's something you like to do? Poppy and June. Poppy and June is what he just said.
That's so cute.
Rachel's twins. Yeah, they're not gonna be on this video call. This is see Keith. Do you see Keith?
Maybe
Hi,
he
Wes.
thinks that I'm a giant baby and
And
that I
you
am
see
a
Zach?
Poppy and or June.
Can you say hi, Keith? And there's Zach, and there's Miles.
You ever notice how babies wave like this? They don't wave their hands back and forth. They clap their hands forward. So it's a one-hand clap. I never understood that.
Yeah, I'll let you listen to your own voice.
Yeah.
So actually, an exciting update. Kanye announced that he was no longer running.
Oh.
What?
Interesting.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, yikes.
You like hearing yourself.
But I had already donated $2,000 to his campaign.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Holy
No, I
shit.
didn't. Not at all.
We're not even gonna joke about that. This is wildly distracting.
All right,
I think everybody-
Thanks. We have to move on to the next segment now.
Thanks, Wes. You've been a crazy great guest.
Can you say thank you?
Join us next week when Javier Bardem sits on Ned's lap.
Yeah. Every guest will come on.
They all have to sit on Ned's lap and talk.
You can sit on us, and that's the new podcast.
You can sit
You
on
want to do
us.
more? Okay. Well, we can do a little bit more, but I have to move on to the advice segment.
Shocking. You
We're
turn
gonna
a podcast
people's
into
advice.
a game and immediately take it away, and he's upset.
Yeah.
Who saw that coming?
That's
I get
That's
it.
true. You want to use the headphones?
Yeah, it's
Wes,
better
can
to
you-
hear yourself.
Can you tell everyone about the helicopter? The helicopter.
I gotta advise all the listeners to check out the YouTube version of this, because Wes just gets the greatest smile when he hears his voice.
so cute.
Also, a baby in giant headphones. Who knew that that's what I needed in my life?
Right. I feel like they're going to play this footage in the documentary about Wes when he's inevitably the biggest entertainer in the world.
When Wes
he
is a
actually-
shock jock.
Runs for president.
Yeah.
Oh, and he cut.
Oh, God.
All right, Wes just
right.
cut the sound feed. We're
Okay.
back, sort of. That's Ned, July 15th.
I'm getting a real taste of the
hey, Ariel?
chaotic energy.
Yeah, this is
Parenthood.
chaos. I love it.
Ariel.
Oh, God. Wes's Ned's pained voice. Ariel,
Ariel.
come.
We have enough of this bit, I think.
Hey, what's our over-under? Once we hit 4 minutes?
Wesley, what's your name? Wesley.
That was good.
Oh, very good. That's clean. We got it.
Thank you, Wesley.
Thank you, Wesley, for coming on the show. Next week, George Clooney, Ian McKellen, and Idris Elba.
Yeah, we'll be sitting on Ned and telling us about their Junes.
What's their favorite color?
I actually do, and that is gone. I do genuinely think that You Can Sit on Us, or You Can Sit on Me, is like a great Adult Swim late night talk show. It's just a talk show where guests have to sit on your lap during the interview.
Yeah,
That's wow. I feel like that's built for me to host.
It is. I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
am
Oh,
quite
yeah.
into
Canon.
it.
And also each week I should be like in a different designer chair.
Yeah.
Like it's the same like idea as the chair prank, except we are folding me into a real different chair every week, and they sit
Oh,
on
so
me.
you are inside the
yeah,
chair every
right.
time.
yeah,
That's it.
but you can see me. My head sticks out.
Yeah.
And
Our
we do the
costume
interview that
budget
way.
did just skyrocket.
Yeah,
but, you know,
skyrocket.
That's
Well,
a good idea.
It has to be a different, elaborate chair every week, huh?
Yeah. But it's an opportunity for sponsorships, for designers to show off
that's
their
true.
work.
And you're interviewing like political leaders and stuff, right? Too. Not
Yes,
just celebrities.
mostly dictators.
And we could have a companion reality show called The Final Chair, and it's 12 chair makers come in, and each week we whittle down as they try and make the chair for this week's episode until only one chair stands. Ooh,
We have to do without instructions, build a chair. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
that's just, the people need that video.
you know, I have some hairpin legs. Those are like the really sexy thin ones. I have hairpin legs in my garage still that BuzzFeed bought me for a video that I never made, and they're just here.
Wow.
So I've got them.
So
If
you're
I ever want to
saying
make
you
a
stole
table.
company property?
No, I would say that I bought it for a video that got canceled, and I'm holding on to it for them.
Right. Just in case they need it.
Just in case.
I mean, it's metal, right?
Yeah.
It's still good.
So you can sell it. It's
You
just
know,
metal. People buy metal.
The 4 of our laptops were originally BuzzFeed computers, and I would love to say that we stole them, but they made us buy them. In cash, though. They made us buy them
cash?
in cash.
In cash.
Why would they do that? Why It
Not
was
even
like
a
you
check.
had to buy it in cash.
It was like you have to show up with like $1,410 to get your $2,100 computer
Pretty
in
good
cash.
In cash.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, it was a great deal because the second they gave us, I mean, they'd given us new computers like pretty recently, maybe like a few months before we left. And
Yeah.
the second we get them, they are now valued at half price.
Yeah.
So we got our laptops. Like, it actually really helped jumpstart our company.
Oh, yeah.
We were like, oh, we need 4 laptops. And I did the spreadsheet for our equipment. That was my job. And when I was pricing out computers, like I was like, fuck, this is really expensive. But then
Yeah.
BuzzFeed threw us one last bone.
But you had to pay for that bone in sweet quichola.
Yeah, you show up with an envelope of cash and hand it to the IT team.
Speaking of equipment, I've been wanting us to get a drone for a while, but we really don't need one.
I believe nobody needs a drone. That's kind of the definition of drones. No one is like, you know what, I really need a drone.
I think we need a drone.
Free the menu. We shoot it on it.
Yeah.
We get big opening shot.
And we could have, when I go through the drive-thru, it can be above us. So you get that sick top-down shot of me going through the drive-thru and getting like many bags.
You're waiting in line for like a while, and it's just kind of charting how far away you are.
Have you guys, I want to continue to entertain that idea, Miles, and think of more videos. But have you guys seen drone racing? Because it is the most positively
Yes.
thrilling
Yes, I want to do
ESPN4
it.
Yes,
show
yes.
that there is.
I want to do, this is a try video that I feel like we can do. We can do it without instructions. I don't care. I just want to do it because the way you do it is that you sit and you're looking at a screen, and it is the closest thing to fighter pilot flying that you'll have. Yeah, you can do VR headsets for
I've
it.
only seen it as VR, which seems so like, oh my god.
Yeah. But you fly your drone in a race, and normally it's like an empty arena that they've set a course through. So you're like
Crazy
flying and
obstacles
racing
and
other
flaming
people.
hoops and
Yeah, it's like, looks like the greatest time.
Whoa. The drones get taken out? Like,
oh yeah.
you just bump another person, and it's like they fall.
Uh-huh. Or you run into a thing and they break, and like, it must be so thrilling, especially in a VR headset.
Yeah,
Someone rips off their VR headset and goes, no! But what of our content, what could be enriched by drone footage?
Right. Candid competition, clearly there's some sort of espionage angle there.
That's the most obvious plug and play right there.
I would just want us to do another like survival video and then emphasize how isolated we are by a massive drone shot that shows like we're in the middle of nowhere in this desert.
What if Eugene ranked mountains?
Ooh, yeah.
And we have the
sexy
drone
mountain
fly
shot.
to get footage of all the mountains.
So, Keith, you're going camping, right? Are you going to a mountain?
Well, the sad news must come forward. So New Mexico last week, in probably a correct decision by the state, decided they were going to close down the state. So they are backing off of their reopening, even though their cases aren't like ours. Their cases are at like 300 new cases a day, which is not nothing, but
Wait, so you can't drive in?
yeah, so they changed it so that you can drive in. It's not like they put a
no
wall
road.
up around New Mexico.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
New Mexico, they just dialed back their reopening, saying specifically for out-of-state people that anybody coming into the state, whether you are a resident returning or a new person coming in, you have to quarantine and self-isolate somewhere for 14 days. And you can't go out to get food. You're supposed to stay in that room for 14 days.
And you're not allowed to access any of the state parks?
Yeah, the state parks are also closed to out-of-state people, so they're going to be checking your ID. And they said, well, they aren't going to, police aren't going to, pull you over for having out-of-state plates. They did say, we encourage all our citizens, if you see somebody doing something wrong or somebody here who shouldn't be here, you should call authorities and let them know.
That's a slippery slope right there.
It sure is. It sure is. Weird. But so we were going to go, we were going to jump between a few Airbnbs, staying 3 or 4 days each time and doing a lot of hikes. That was the whole point of the trip. And also we were going to have to drive through Arizona, which Arizona is also a very, very dangerous place right now. And so is Southern California. So for their perspective, they probably don't want me coming, right? I'm coming from a place with a lot of cases. I'm driving through another place with a lot of cases. Now, I was just going to hike. I wasn't planning. I'm not going to a festival. I'm not going to a public pool. But I was just going to do that, and I was going to hang out with my brother and sister-in-law, but that is not going to happen. The trip has been canceled. The trip is over. Fun is canceled.
Canada is forcing, was it like $750,000 fines for people that break their quarantine on entering Canada?
Wow.
Yikes.
That's how you do it.
I don't know, man. We got.
That's how they pay for that health care.
Yeah, it's like that's how they enforce the unenforceable. Is make the fines so big.
Who says taking care of yourself needs to be hard?
I don't.
You know why? Caliper CBD. What's great about CBD is that it helps you feel better without making drastic changes to your routine. CBD, you guys have heard me talk. I love it. It has made a world of difference in allowing me to have peaceful, restful sleeps. Helps with my chronic pain.
Caliber believes everyone deserves a simple way to feel better. Unlike CBD oils, Caliber CBD powder is completely tasteless and mixes easily in any food or drink. So there's no weird taste, no oily residue or mouthfeel, and you get precisely 20 milligrams in each packet of Caliber CBD. You never have to question how much CBD you're taking ever again.
I just dump a little bit of powder into my water, which is great because I'm also chronically dehydrated, so it reminds me to drink a glass of water. We could all use that. Rediscover your best self with a CBD product that is clinically proven to be superior to standard CBD oils. That's right, it is clinically proven that you absorb 450% more CBD with Caliper CBD powder compared to tinctures.
Caliber CBD comes in affordable 10 and 30 count packs. You can get started for under $20.
Check this! Get 20% off your first order when you use promo code TRYGUYS at trycaliper.com/TRYGUYS.
You can try Caliber CBD risk-free for 30 days. If you don't love it, they'll give you a full refund.
That's trycaliper.com/TRYGUYS. Don't forget promo code TRYGUYS for 20% off your first order. Get CBD-ing, my dudes. I didn't fully realize that the level of cases currently in Southern California are so astronomically higher than when we originally went into shutdown. It's like not even close. It is so much worse right now. Granted, testing is bigger and it's affecting a lot more young people, but it is. I mean, when you drive around the city right now, it is like we are back to normal, baby. Everyone is acting as if like, well, now I know how to live with the virus. It is. I have a feeling that within days we are going back into shutdown.
Well, didn't we already?
If you work at a restaurant, then y'all.
We went back a phase.
We're in orange, but we're teetering on red, and red is when like everything shut down.
Yeah, and
right now
you don't even want to know about burnt sienna.
Yikes!
This is actually maybe something I could use some help on. So, when this began many months back, I was like, wow, the next few months are fucked. But at least come end of July, my birthday will be safe and it'll be a triumphant return to form for all of us.
Man.
Nope. Like
Your birthday would be safe.
Everyone's birthday. And so I'm 11 days away. And I don't know what the fuck I can do. I tweeted out asking for advice and people were like, do a Zoom party, which I'm like, that's every day of my fucking life.
Yeah, fuck off. Fuck off with your Zoom party. What is it, April? You think it's April and I can that's fine enough.
I will say Zooms exhaust me entirely and completely. I've tried to do some family Zooms, and there's something where like once you have more than 4 people, even that though, it just I don't enjoy it.
You just reminded me to hide my self view.
Yes, that does help a lot.
I just hid my self view. Immediately, I feel 10 times better.
I definitely spend most of the Zoom looking at me.
I love looking at myself. Yeah. Making sure I look cool, making sure everybody who's watching the YouTube feed is like, yeah, he's looking good. He definitely showered this morning. Wink, wink, wink.
My self view, I'm getting like the half face where I look very Edward Cullen. I'm just so gloriously pale. It is unbelievable. My skin is sparkling in the light.
Hey, speaking of Edward Cullen, there's a new Twilight book coming out soon. Are you guys Twilight fans?
Ding dong.
Nope.
No.
Hell yeah, brother. I'm a stan.
I didn't read the book, but I saw all the movies. They're delightfully trashy.
I watched the movies. I did not enjoy them, but
like you're not supposed to enjoy them, Keith.
Yeah.
You're supposed to sort of enjoy them and then appreciate like the parts that you're clearly not supposed to enjoy.
I approached it the way that I watched like 50 Shades movies, which was to like get like very drunk and or high and go sit in the theater and laugh.
Yeah.
But some of them I just got mad. That last movie when there's supposed to be a war and then she sees the war in her mind and then calls it off. I'm like, no, you gotta kill some characters, baby. You gotta kill people, gotta die in a movie like that.
But they showed it all happen.
Yeah, but
which
it didn't
was kind of
happen.
cool. I thought it was a fun like gotcha.
Wait, it's
Yeah,
like
well, I
a
don't like
dream
being
war?
God.
Yeah,
it
well,
was a
they
dream
one of the
war.
characters can see the future, so they shoot
come
it
on.
as if the war starts and everyone's just dying. But then they realize like she just
Final
saw
Destination.
that all in the future and is like, maybe we shouldn't fight, guys.
Whoa, wait, what if
That's
I
great.
know that the new Twilight
bad
book is
it's
just
good.
like a retelling of the first, but what if the next Twilight book just became Final Destination and all of them were going to die because she had the premonition and then they didn't do the war and then they die in the order of the war but only by werewolves, vampires, and werewolf hunters and like stuff like that.
I feel like, though, for Twilight, it would be Final Destination, but instead of dying, it would be sultry stares and kisses.
Yeah.
They all get kissed.
They all get kissed in a certain
They're
order.
trying not to get kissed and then like a Rube Goldberg device happens.
Now, does Twilight pass the Fulmer test? Not too thinky, enough action.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's on the low end, it's on the low end, but yeah, man. Oh, totally. Big splashy movie.
Yeah,
You know what? It's like it's a movie. Yeah. It's like you see it and you're like, bam, movie. You're not like, bam, essay.
Yeah.
There's good guys, there's bad guys, there's love.
Oh yeah, passes the Fulmer test.
Yeah.
You don't have to have too many complex emotional moments or like nuanced. It's like, well, she's good, but she's also bad, and it reminds me of my childhood, but also my adulthood, and social issues. It's like you just got good, you got evil, you got vampires, you got werewolves.
Yeah.
There's the good vampires, the bad vampires, the good werewolves, the bad werewolves.
Is Twilight your cats?
I mean, they made 4 of them, so come back and talk to me when it's as successful. I guess Cats is a very successful, longest-running musical of all time. I'll take that back. Oh, yeah, for sure. Although Ariel has always tried to get me to read the books, and I've resisted it.
I'm going to need you to read this newest book and give us chapter-by-chapter reports every week until Eugene returns from Korea. That's how
That sounds like a good way to spend my time, honestly.
I like that.
Do you guys realize it's July?
Yeah, again, my birthday's coming up and you gave me 0 ideas. You just started talking about Twilight. Tell me what to do
You
for my
could
birthday.
throw a Twilight party.
Let's all put on hazmat suits, like full hazmat suits, and get 30 of us together to have the weirdest looking dance party of all time.
It could be like one of those silent dance parties.
Yeah.
Silent disco. So I was actually considering this, but I didn't know how to be safe, and hazmat suit would be the answer. We have our new office that is just empty. We're waiting to do construction in it, and it is at the moment just a giant open room.
A warehouse party, baby.
It's a warehouse party,
Whoa.
but there's not really a way for us to all be there safely together.
No.
I mean, we could be there. We've been something of a quarantine bubble, which maybe that's interesting to talk about. Like, I can have you guys there, but no offense, I always have you guys there. It's like,
Honestly,
I know what it's like.
we're recording over Zoom because we don't want to drive to the office just to record an hour-long podcast and then go home.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been kind of creating a quarantine bubble within ourselves and starting to do some shoots together again, which is very exciting. We have some
So once the reopening
COVID
happens,
protocols in place.
There were some protocols recommended for shooting. We've been doing that and also been like extra safe with it. Everybody's always got masks unless they're on camera. We try not to put us on camera with other people, just one another. And, we've been going about it as safely as possible. Plus, we're all regularly getting tested every 1 or 2 weeks just to make sure, because we're still, so buying groceries, you're still slightly exposed. But we're pretty, strict about it. But even that, like, I think we're going to have to go back if we get into that red zone.
Yeah.
And it's...
Well, I mean, the thing is, even going to the grocery store is a risk.
I guess we could shoot Try Guys videos in VR where you're all sort of at your homes, but kind of hologrammed in.
Honestly, I think we should buy some Oculuses and do some VR videos. That I love that like paintbrush thing where you paint in 3D space.
Yeah.
I could get lost in that for days.
I mean, maybe the solution is a drone, right? Because that would get us some really high production value stuff. And our videos would look cool. It wouldn't be like, this is you in your house again.
Yeah.
It could be like 40 feet apart.
Yeah, vlog footage from your home, kind of a spicy pepper challenge, but then it just cut drone shots over the neighborhood.
No, but like we could go to an empty part of like a beach or something or a mountain,
Right.
Yeah.
do a video there, and then also get a cool drone shot.
Or we could use our drones to spy on each other and make a video called I Spied on Zach All Morning. And it's me operating a drone from my car.
It's just for a
trying to
couple
peek
hours
through
in
his
the morning.
windows.
That's a good idea.
He's drinking his tea.
He still hasn't put on pants.
He
is
in
wearing
his
a shirt.
pajamas.
I broke into Keith's house using a drone. You have the little drone with like a hook and it slides the door open.
Wait, Zach, don't you sleep naked or something?
I sleep in my underwear.
Oh, okay.
I actually
okay.
can't do, I don't know what you guys do. I can't sleep naked. I've tried it. There's something about the extra level. I can't sleep in pajamas. I get too hot. Miles, cut it out.
Dick's too big is what I was going to
Cut
say.
it out. But I'm very temperamental when I sleep. So I need like the AC or a fan set to a very specific temperature. If it's 1 degree off, and I know depending on what house it is, like what that degree is, I wake up in a sweat. If it's too cold, I'm like, ooh, I'm shivery. But I've tried in my life to not wear underwear to sleep. And I like wake up and I feel exposed and it feels like I'm just flying all over the place. I hate it. Like my body rejects the feeling of sleeping naked. It's bizarre to me.
You guys ever run through your house naked hoping that nobody walks by the front window just because like, well, I just need to get that thing off the couch, but I'm naked from the shower or something, and like I'm going for it.
Oh,
and then you go, and luckily nobody walks by your window. Oh, so, whoa, adrenaline.
I do that all the time, and I'm sure one day I'm gonna just like lock eyes with someone.
By the way, the motion of you running is way more likely to catch someone's attention and be a way more horrifying image. Like
that's true.
All your bits
the
about.
front windows I got the blinds on, but the side windows, it's like, am I really gonna take the time to put these tiny little blinds down every night?
Are any of you guys naked sleepers?
No, I do a t-shirt and boxers usually, but if I'm really drunk, sometimes I'll just sleep totally naked.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've seen it.
No, that's true.
We've all experienced.
If you're really drunk, you pass out fully nude. So that's
You just take all his clothes off and goes to
first
bed.
I take a shower.
okay. And you're
That's one of my
sopping
things.
wet.
I'll take a shower. I'll sit on the floor of the shower for a little while. Think about what's happening, ponder my life's decisions that led to this moment, and then just towel off and go straight to bed.
I will forever remember the image of Ned in a hotel room, passed out, naked, drunk, diagonal across the bed with just a tiny washcloth covering his butt that Eugene gently laid on top of him.
That's a good friend, He is a good friend.
Not even a full towel, just...
Well, he's not that good of a friend.
Yeah.
But Ned was very drunk that night before he fell asleep. That was the last time I beat Ned in Magic the Gathering.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't played a lot, but that was the last time.
You
that I beat
demolished me. I remember you kept target creature cannot attack or block on like all 3 of my creatures. I was like, no, I can't do anything. But that might also have been the last time we played Magic the Gathering. So.
We played some in Alaska, and you beat me every single time. And I was like, man, I can't catch a break.
Oh.
There's a little second try Magic the Gathering group that's been going, Keith. So I don't know.
I need to get back in. I
played with Will and Ian Monday night.
It's on Zoom. It's on a thing called Tabletop Simulator, where it's totally like VR, where your deck is just in the game and you can flip it. But you guys played until like 1-2 in the morning, right?
No, not 2 in the morning, Miles.
I heard 1:30 from Will.
I'm sorry, is there a Try Guys fraternity of card games going on that I was not privy to? I have not been invited.
Zach, you could, please join us. You can play Magic the Gathering at any time.
I don't want your pity invite.
Don't do it like that. You've never expressed any interest in the multiple times I've talked about this game that I play a couple of times a week.
I'm waiting to be asked. I can't request. I need to be be sought after. I need to be pursued.
I think I've asked you if you want to play a couple times. And
we definitely asked you when we were in the...
You've actually scorned it, which makes me not likely to ask again.
Well, I didn't know Will was involved.
Yeah. He's kind of the alpha dog.
So Will is an editor that you guys probably know, and he's the only one that has been going to the office because like that is just his safe space. And now that we're kind of doing a little bit more filming, he has the back of the office totally to himself. He has his own entrance. We have the front of the office. So sometimes we get to see each other when he's going to the bathroom. And he has taken this quarantine as an opportunity to grow a mullet. That is his, like, he's like, I just broke up with somebody. Mullet. I'm not seeing anybody. Now's the time to be alive.
It's beautiful, too.
It's such a choice. I love it.
Looks good.
Love Will.
Yeah.
Will's a hero.
Fellas, it's 2020. You have no excuse to not be fashionable and to still be wearing clothing that doesn't fit you well.
If you find that most of your outfits are a bit too long, too short, too tight, too loose, Indochino is here to make your life a whole lot easier. They make high-quality custom suits, shirts, coats, and more, all for a perfect fit at a great price.
And you get to customize everything, from the fabric and lining to the lapel shape and monogram. The choice is all yours. Your clothing is then made to your exact measurement so it fits you perfectly.
The best part is Indochino's custom suits start at just $299, all customizations included. So you're getting like a full-on tailored suit for under $300. That's pretty good.
Indochino has the showrooms all across North America, or you can book a virtual appointment. Shop online at Indochino.com. And right now, you get an extra $30 off any purchase of $399 or more by using code CADENCE at checkout. That's Indochino.com, code CADENCE. Life is, continuing like this ad infinitum right now. And so it does feel like now is the time that you could try something crazy, right? You could grow a mullet. You could pick up and go across the country. Is there something that you, in your mind, you're like, yes, I'm gonna just go for it?
I've been thinking we had a tour bus last year for our tour, and I bet the tour bus industry is down. How cheap do you think I could get a tour bus for like 2 weeks?
Dude.
Just to just go get a driver, take the tour bus, and go hit some takeout restaurants and do some food videos in a tour bus.
And eat the menu tour.
Yeah, and eat the menu tour that is just takeout, and it's just a couple of us in the tour bus. We could sleep in the bus. We have to find places to use the bathroom and shower. That's always the trick.
That's very interesting because I bet you camper vans, the Tour America, those are all definitely sold out and very expensive. But no one's thinking about the concert industry buses.
I bet we can get them on the cheap because, there's no one's using them. Dude,
I never told this story on the podcast, I don't think. And if I did, then you can just cut it the fuck out. This is now months and months and months ago. Actually, it was right when Disney Plus came out. My sister and I were like, let's watch the Hannah Montana movie. I didn't even remember that there was a Hannah Montana movie. It's fine. And there's this
it's no Twilight.
It's no Twilight. Margot Martindale, is that her name? Margot Martindale? Great character actress. So there's, at the end of the movie, Hannah is having this should I be Hannah? Should I be Miley? Should I leave Hannah behind and become Miley full time? She's having a real crisis. She goes into her tour bus and her grandma comes to comfort her. And I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, wait a fucking second. That's our tour bus.
No
That
way.
is our tour bus from the summer. And then I'm like, no, it can't be. But then I'm looking at it, and when we were on tour, the guys who were with us on tour were like, this is a weird tour bus. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, the fridge is over here and the table's over here. And normally it's flipped. And they were talking about all these specifics, like the color scheme and the decor and the way it was laid out. And I'm losing my mind watching this scene. And it was our bus. And what also makes more sense about that is that our bus, when we went on tour, was the last bus in the world that was
last
available.
bus available for those legends of the internet.
The dregs of the dregs. Like this was the bus
Very
that
1990 fabulous.
yeah, it was bad. So it definitely stands to reason that when this very low budget Disney Channel movie was like, we need a bus, what's the shittiest one you got?
Can we cut for a second?
Oh, yeah.
Rough.
What's up?
I desperately have to poop. I'm so sorry.
All right. Well, everybody else keep rolling.
He'll just resync it later. Bye,
Why
Ned.
didn't we just make that part of the content? He's trying to cut that out as if that's not gold.
No, that's good stuff there.
It happens. We do these in the morning. We've had our coffee. We've had our water. And, nature takes its course. I have to pee so bad every time, starting about right now.
Yep.
And, I just deal with it. You see me drinking the water if you're watching the YouTube feed. You see me drinking it. But
That's
I've already
why I
had 2
tend
cups
to
of coffee.
frantically run away during the Advice That'll Go for Miles theme song. That's my pee break. It's awesome.
You have
That's a
time.
lot of our pee
yeah,
break.
you have time.
Yeah.
So it's long. It's pretty long.
But that bus was cool. But I do think we could get a bus. I've always wanted to get a tour bus to do an Eat the Menu Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
And make that a tour because it's so many things that it would just take so long. But now I'm thinking maybe I should just go tour and hit up some other cool restaurants and we could live on the tour bus. Maybe we get one of the good ones that you can shower and poop on. And then that's all we need.
Well, I have told you that when you do the Cheesecake Factory, I want that to be the Eat the Menu finale, and I want to direct it as a 3-part epic. I want it to be a serialized, dramatic, beautifully filmed magnum opus of what Eat the Menu can be.
Wow. I mean, I'm so on board. I don't know how we'll do that. There's hundreds of things.
It's across the country. It's sort of like a road trip film. Yeah.
What I figured is we do the first page at this one, then we drive 8 hours, and then we do the next page of the menu at this one, and you keep going.
I think it's
you're
a feature
getting,
film.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely over 90 minutes long.
And I think that, making it a road trip, there's a drama because the cumulative effect day to day of only ingesting Cheesecake Factory is really quite terrifying. It's kind of like Super Size Me.
It would be a lot like Super Size Me.
Cheesecake Me.
I don't know. It's so hard to not have things to look forward to. I wish everybody would just put on a mask for 6 weeks, then we'd be mostly fine.
I know.
It's such a simple solution. I get that it's inconvenient, but so is this. So isn't this more inconvenient? Isn't not having, I don't know, things to look forward to?
Yeah.
You know what's been pretty inconvenient? Death.
Yeah.
Death is pretty
tough too.
inconvenient.
And they're just discovering more and more things of it can also give you brain problems. It can also give you fertility problems. This seems like the worst thing ever. Don't we not want to get it? Shouldn't we fight really hard to not get it?
Yeah.
I don't want it.
It's Maggie was explaining it to me a little more, but they discovered it's a blood vessel problem. And so it operates in a very different way than the way we think of viruses and flus. It's a totally different thing, and that's why it's having effects on different parts of the body. And I'm not intelligent enough to explain it right now.
Me neither. I don't know anything about it, but I do know putting something on your face helps a lot. So let's just do that.
All right, well, speaking of cheesecake, have you guys seen this cake bullshit going on?
Oh, yeah, the
What?
cake thing. It's just the old, is it a shoe or is it cake?
Everything
Wait, what
is
is
cake.
this?
Yeah.
It's taken the
crazy.
internet
Is it
by
a shoe
storm.
or is it cake?
Is the internet cake?
This is old hat, it's been going around, but it's people making very photorealistic things that then you cut into and it's actually cake. And for whatever reason, this week,
Cool.
it spread like a firestorm across Twitter, and I can't stand it anymore. It is just everywhere. I feel like I can't trust anything. We're living in this time where fact has become objective, right? Like, I think that's one of the defining traits of the Trump era is that now we're just debating facts, and facts are opinion, and fact is emotional, and science is how do you feel about it? And now we have this symbol of the times. We have things that are secretly cake, and my trust in the world has just been fully eroded.
Yeah.
You're using shoot cakes to stand in for like climate change.
Yeah.
I underestimated how popular it was going to be because I saw it at the beginning and it's just like, wow, everyone's really talking about this still. And this was like 2 weeks ago, the cake.
There was a New York Times article about it.
Wow.
I think it's everybody misses real things so much that to see that the real things aren't even real anymore, that's sad.
I think it's people have a lot of time on their hands. They're like, maybe I could make a shoe cake too. I'm looking at some of these images and they look amazing. I mean, these are stunning. This is my first time seeing it, really. You know how I get around this anxiety is I just don't open Twitter.
Yeah.
What's that like?
What's that like?
How do you know what to be mad about?
Yeah.
You redirect it elsewhere. Yeah, these are stunning shoe cakes.
You say that now, man.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you're going to walk in and your son's going to be making something beautiful. He's going to say the cutest thing, and then all of a sudden Ariel's going to go, would you like a piece of cake? And she cuts in, and it turns out Wes has been cake all along.
Yeah.
No.
Your son's
Ew.
cake. Yeah.
You can't believe anything.
No.
I was a cake once.
That's right. You did the face cake thing.
Yeah, we had somebody make a cake out of my head, and then I ate it, and it was very funny. It was a funny day. That was a fun video. I got some good pictures from that. Becky was horrified. It was red velvet cake underneath, so when it was just all bloody looking inside. It was a fun day, you know. It was fun. What can I say? You know, it was a great time to get. I recommend everybody get a cake made in the shape of their head, and then you unveil it to your family under a lid, and then you go and give everybody a good scare now and then.
That sounds awesome. Well, this is a rough segue, but I'm about to celebrate this week. You may see on YouTube behind me, I am still in the danger room. It's the chaos of the moving room. This is the last week that we are renovating our garage. So it will be done this week, and the room will finally take it all out of this room and move it into the new garage.
That's big.
The garage room. And it's huge. We've been looking forward to this for several months. And then, Ariel's parents are quarantining in Nevada. They're going to drive over on Friday.
Now, the plan I thought was that the garage was going to be for my birthday soiree silent disco, correct?
Yes. Actually. But we had a couple of snags ordering the hazmat suits because, real people who are professionals need them.
I'm a professional someday.
Yeah.
The office is empty enough and big enough that we could put a makeshift bowling alley in it. We order a couple bowling balls and 10 pins, and we'll just set a retrieve area, and then we'll just individually set the pins back up. I'll be your pin boy, and then we'll have a little social distance bowling party with just our bubble, and it'll feel magnificent. We'll get a boom box. We'll play some tunes. Maybe we'll order some food you can eat. and we'll bowl.
Maybe for your birthday.
Maybe.
I was like, I went with my mind always goes to pizza for a party, but you can't have that. Like nachos, no, that's a no.
Now, you don't think that throwing bowling balls is going to cause some irreparable damage to our new office? Perhaps shatter some windows?
Well, we're obviously not going to bowl toward the windows, Zach. We'll bowl into the corner where it's just a concrete wall. It's already polished concrete. I mean, and then any damage we do, we'll just blame on the construction company and be like, you guys did this. And then if they use this audio as a source that we did it, we'll say you're crazy. It was a comedy podcast.
It was a joke.
It's a joke.
I think if we all bring in our pillows and then another pillow from the couch and then a third pillow that adds some style, like a decorative throw pillow. And then we put all the pillows in a corner. Boom. That's the bowling area.
I thought you were just saying, boom, pillow corner.
Boom. Pillow corner. Still bowled into the concrete, but you can chill in the pillow corner. It's the hookah lounge.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
You guys want to hotbox the new office?
Yeah. Oh, man, that'll be tough.
Dude.
Need a few smoke machines for that.
Not gonna lie, friends, we are very excited about the prospect of a new office, but considering the events of late, feeling like a little bit of big old dummies.
Yeah, a little bit of dummies. Invested a lot of money in a 5-year lease.
The ink dried and the virus spread.
Yep.
Really, no backing out now.
We paid our whole first year's rent in advance.
Here's an interesting thing about the housing market, though, is that now if you're like buying a house, there is like a Corona clause, basically.
Oh, really?
Or maybe it's changed now, but because we were putting in an offer on a house a little while ago, we did not end up getting it. But during that time, the Corona outbreak really happened and the lockdown went into effect. And there was a clause being like, okay, well, the buyer can get out at any time because of the pandemic.
The worst Tim Allen sequel, the Corona Clause.
You put on the jacket, you become the virus.
You gotta go down people's chimneys and cough in their face.
Oh my God, horrifying. There's a whole host of throwing games we could do there if we didn't feel like, you could set up bags in there, you could set up stuff. Basically games where you don't have to be near one another. And
Carnival ring toss.
Carnival ring toss, throwing a frisbee through a hoop, all that kind of stuff.
So listen to this. My parents frantically called me. They accidentally, it's my 30th birthday, so it's a big one. They bought me a very cool gift, but they accidentally sent the receipt to my email. So I got notified of it, 3 weeks prior.
Oh.
So I know what my birthday gift is already. So whatever. But I was talking to my sister and she's like, okay, you know what it is. So I can tell you what they didn't get you. And my mom, what she thought was like, my baby boy's turning 30. I know what he needs for his birthday. So she was going to get me a custom cornhole set with my baby picture on it.
Oh.
That's what she thought I needed for my 30th birthday. I'm like, in what world am I going to use that more? In what world do I want to roll up to a party with my giant baby photo
or host a party?
Cornhole? I'm going to use that
and
once.
You don't even strike me as a big cornhole connoisseur.
It's just my name.
You don't have an apartment with an outdoor space.
That gift sounds amazing. That is so funny. It is. Wow, what an amazing, how do you come up with that?
I don't know.
It's a brilliant idea.
It's crazy.
Our ideas look very unoriginal in comparison.
You could do little, you could sew the bags to look like little pieces of food, and then you throw it on little baby Zach.
Yeah.
Dip the bags in pumpkin puree and ketchup so that it's staining like the way when babies eat food.
Yes, and it sticks.
And you don't throw them with your hands, you throw them with a tiny little spoon.
More exciting, and instead they got me a very nice record player.
Oh.
Ooh, that's way better.
And my dad is a huge vinyl collector. I mean, he's like a music nut.
Yeah.
So when we were growing up, you know how some people would build their little wine cellar corner, we had a closet dedicated just to vinyl. And so now what I think is going to begin over the next several years, I'm going to just every birthday from here on out is going to be the laziest thing, but I'm stoked. It's just going to be, here's 10 more vinyl from the last 40 years. And I'm going to need to figure out how to store what eventually will be probably close to 1,000 vinyls I'm going to inherit.
Whoa. Cool.
I mean, it's crazy. He has so much that he has kept.
So this is the last gift that they'll spend actual money on.
Yeah, exactly.
And it kind of is like setting the stage.
Yeah.
Something I did last night, and you made me think of it with the music from the past, and this is some advice I have. For all our listeners, before we get to the real advice, some pre-advice, and this is that I was bored, and somehow YouTube recommended to me a 1997 festival performance of Radiohead. And I thought, yeah, okay.
Yes.
And, we can't go to music festivals this year. So why listen to the music festivals of the last couple years? Dig back. Go in the past and find a band that you like and just watch their festival set from like over 20 years ago and be like, wow, that's what it was like to see Radiohead in their prime. Wow. I mean, they're still amazing, but it was so cool to see them as young musicians still and also seeing how the crowd reacts to their music in the late 90s, because their music isn't dancey, so it's but it's entrancing, and it was it was just a great little trip.
That's pretty good advice, Keith, but you are one of the oldest and wisest members of our group. It's time to hear from the youngest and least experienced member to give some advice in a segment we call Advice That'll Go for Miles, with Miles Bonsignore.
It's advice that'll go for miles. Tune into your radio station. It's advice that'll go for miles. Everyone get ready. Miles Nation. Miles Nation, go.
Oh boy.
It's advice that'll go for miles.
He's humping off screen. He's twerking on
Advice
screen.
that'll go for miles.
Hey, what's up, Miles Nation? How's everybody doing? You good or?
Good. We're good.
You good?
Miles is doing a different sort of bit today.
Have you ever wanted to fall in love with an apple?
Oh.
Have you ever wanted this sweet juice to drip down your chin and think that was a snack to remember?
I like apples. They're fine. Some of them, not all of them.
Everybody knows the main problem with apples is that they're too difficult, too challenging, too complicated.
Are you out of your goddamn mind? You gonna shit on apples like that?
But I've got a solution that's gonna tickle your ass and make even the softest baby smile at a little treat I call apples. Get an old-fashioned spiralizer for your apples.
Oh,
I
can
really
get behind
thought your
this.
advice was going to be applesauce.
I also thought he was recommending applesauce.
Drink apple juice.
I was about to shut my computer and walk away.
Podcast over.
Get
Applesauce.
applesauce. It's like pudding, but made of apples. No, as old-fashioned spiralizer is going to do two things. One, it's going to look like a freaking apocalyptic weapon. The other thing
it's like a Middle Ages torture device for sure.
Exactly. And here's what you do. You chunk your apple on a spear, and then you twist and turn it until it skins that sweet little nectarine alive.
Oh my God.
That's rough.
Yeah, but what it's going to do is also going to core it. And here's a pro tip for all the apple heads out there. Steve Jobs, who? Talk about Steve Bonsignore. So what you're going to want to do is take the spiralized apple, put it in the microwave with a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of sugar, and you've got a freaking hot treat.
Like a baked apple?
Baked apple in the microwave, sliced to perfection, microwaved on high, medium, low for 3 minutes.
Pretty good advice.
Does the spiralizer take the core out?
I
too?
mean, best part,
does.
I'm a big fan of spiralizers. We have one. We only use it once a year for making apple pie on Thanksgiving. But it is so cool. You just slap it on, and then you like twirl it like a jack in the box.
Yeah.
And it goes, and you get, the best is if you can do it so you get the skin of the apple is all one long piece, and it's like a giant spring. That's what I always try and do.
Go off,
and then it'll core it. Yeah.
Do you ever use it as like apple skin pasta?
You can probably
I
do
pretend,
that.
yeah.
Sure, why not?
Wes wears it as a necklace. he puts on his head.
That's hilarious.
So we're gonna stand by and say this is good advice. We're gonna tell our listeners to spend money during these trying times on a spiralizer for an apple.
Yeah.
It's a single use. It's only good
It's
for
the
apples.
simple joys nowadays.
I think
Zach,
it's a pretty good thing to have in your kitchen, to be honest. It's definitely,
You said you use
it's
it
not.
once a year, Ned.
But Zach, I derive a lot of joy out of that use.
And get this. Potatoes.
Yeah, you can do a potato on it.
Yeah. It's going to do the same thing to potatoes.
I just looked it up. You can get one for $16.
Boom, baby.
And they also sell a very fancy one for $350. What?
Boom, baby.
That is crazy. This is made by Matt Bourget.
Should we do a worth it style series, which is just really like niche kitchen products at high and low prices, and see is it worth $350 to peel your apple?
This must be like restaurant grade. It's got a clamp.
What is
and-
restaurant grade? It's peeling an apple.
But I think it's like more like sturdy, you know? It's for peeling thousands of apples.
I'm picturing yours is basically a pencil sharpener, Miles. You're like,
yes, that is exactly what it is.
Yeah,
It
pretty
does
similar.
that. But it makes a treat that's fun, and it makes me want to eat apples, which normally I feel are too difficult to eat into.
what are you talking about?
I hate cleaning though, and I feel like there's cleaning with that.
It suction cups to the tile on your kitchen counter, and then you just kind of pop, and then you just like rinse it off. But it's all like metal and stuff.
I love cutting me up an apple. It's a real pleasure. I don't eat apples whole. It's from childhood. I have to cut it up, and then I have my little slices. Sometimes you dip it in peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
That's a little treat for Daddy right there.
Yeah.
Speaking of things you can buy, here I am browsing on tryguys.com. We've got the Keep Trying t-shirts, $25 for either you can get the white on black or you can get this rainbow gradient. It looks I'm the model for that. I look real classy.
Yeah, why buy an apple spiralizer that you'll use once a year when you can have a dope t-shirt that you could wear once a week or twice a week if you do your laundry often or you are inside all the time and realize that hygiene doesn't matter and you can just wear the same shirt every day.
If you don't get that sweaty, you can wear it multiple times a week. It's true.
Hell yeah.
Or if you're like Ned, you can wear it to sleep. That's a treat for the day and
That's
for
true.
the evening.
They are, the Keep Trying shirt does classify as a sleep shirt because it is so soft. It's so soft, it makes it so sensitive on my skin.
It's basically Ned's blanket. It's a t-shirt and a blanket.
Yeah.
Pretend you're Ned while you sleep in our shirts.
Also, be sure to subscribe and rate us 5 stars. It helps other people discover the podcast. And you can join our community at patreon.com/tryguys to get exclusive content. That's where our most passionate fans hang out with us on our chat servers.
And do us a favor, tell people to listen to this podcast, and whatever you do, do not go listen to You Can Sit With Us. They're already more popular than us.
Yeah.
It's true.
You might want to go check it out. Just go listen to know what you don't want to listen to.
Listen
then
and
come
leave
back
a
to
comment
us.
that says, like,
Or, great podcast.
Great podcast, exclamation point.
5 stars.
like, this is what I want.
Well, what a tripod it's been, huh, guys? Fucking, we nailed it again. That's another hot episode. Feeling good about it.
We'll leave you with a clip of the show that we definitely don't want you to listen to, just so you can see how bad it is.
Enjoy that. But first, Keith, hit us with the official TryPod theme song.
Now, is the tripod.
Until next time, stay beautiful.
Hey everyone, I'm Ariel.
I'm Becky,
I'm Maggie.
and some of you know us as the Try Wives.
We have a brand new weekly podcast called You Can Sit With Us.
where we have fun, lighthearted conversations about female friendship and what's going on in our lives.
We'll talk about pop culture.
Current events.
Motherhood, pretty much everything.
Take a seat and join us. Here's a little clip of what we have in store. Maggie, you have a really good early dating. I don't know if you want to share the story.
What story?
About what you found in the pillow.
Oh my God.
That sounds sinister.
Oh my God.
You don't have to.
I think it's a
We
really
can
funny
pivot.
story. I think it might be Zach's story to tell.
No, it is yours.
No, I think it's yours.
He has
'cause I
time to tell
follow-up
his story.
questions.
Oh my God.
He can tell
What
whatever
did
he
you
wants.
find? I think this was one of like the first couple times I had spent the night at Zach's old apartment, and he lived with one of his childhood best friends from New York, and then another friend that also grew up in the same town.
And then setting the scene for Zach's old apartment.
Oh, yeah, Becky,
right?
go
We've all
off.
seen their new
Oh my
beautiful
God, that
apartment.
place.
Zach's old apartment was this college
Disgusting.
den.
There
The
was
bathroom downstairs had saloon doors.
It didn't even have a real door.
And sometimes they would lock and you'd get trapped. So at parties, I'd be like, Zach, I'm going to go pee in your room. And he's like, okay. And I would go upstairs and then crawl over like piles of clothes.
Just junk.
It was
and like toys.
a frat house. Yeah.
They had the really nice backyard, and they had like an enormous television that was
yeah.
always on and
Always
like blasting
marathoning
music.
Fast and the Furious. It was like a true like bachelor pad.
Yes.
Many fun memories to be had in the bachelor pad.
Yes.
They were all a blast.
Yeah.
But,
But I
their
do prefer
housing
peeing in their new
situation.
apartment.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What was in the pillow?
Yeah, what? So upstairs you go to Zach's room.
So you go upstairs, and it was one of the first times I had spent the night there. And anytime that same day, I noticed that anytime the AC would come on, there would be this smell. And it was like during the day before we had gone to bed, and it almost smelled like a plastic. I don't know what it was. I was like, Zach, what is that smell? He's like, oh, I don't know. Maybe it's like something with, maybe we need to change the vents. And I was like, okay, whatever. So we're still hanging out. We're watching movies. We're about to go to bed. The AC comes back on because Zach turns it on before he goes to sleep. And I'm sleeping on his like jersey sheets pillow, and I'm like trying to find a comfy spot, and I like my hands are like touching the pillow, readjusting.
Oh dear God!
And I'm patting and I'm patting and I'm patting.
What is it?
And
What
I'm
is it? Becky
patting,
knows, and
I
she's
find this
going
weird
hysterical.
plastic. I'm like, Zach, there's something in here, and the lights are all off. Zach goes, oh shit! He grabs a giant black dildo and chucks it at the window outside of his room. Yes. Yes. Smell? And it smelled like just like latex. But it was like it was angled, like the AC was hitting the plastic of it and like wafting the smell. Oh my God. So context, I guess he did like a Lonely Island shoot. And he had they were giving away all these dildos.
Oh my God. So Zach being Zach
He was like, "Yeah, I'll take one.
okay,
I'll take
I could use these in a video later.
Yeah, so he kept them for
In
future
his
use.
bed? No,
But him and his roommates had like this joke, like they would have like toys and stuff that they would pass back and forth. So like his roommate Vito would just like put it on the door, and it would just be like shaking and stuff, or like one of them would pack it in their suitcases, so when they would like travel out of town, they'd open it and
Like go home to their parents."
yeah, it would just be there. But I was just like, Zach was like horrified, and like he didn't want to talk about it for 5 minutes, and I was like freaking out. I'm like, what is that?
That's like the worst reaction to have when your like new girlfriend finds a huge dildo in your bed and he doesn't want to talk about it.
He was so mad. But we laugh about it now.
Remember the first time I heard it, I almost peed myself because I just imagined like sweet angelic Maggie
Zach, there's something.
holding a giant dildo and like screaming in the dark.
Oh my God. I could see like it was pitch black dark, but I could see like a light bulb in Zach's head, like, oh my God, I know what it is. It was something else.
It's called You Can Sit With Us. So please do.
You can get it anywhere you get your podcasts.